Prince Sports here. Drink that coffee. It'll make you feel better. I got some more coffee for you. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. Just raw, straight up black coffee. You see him on a lot of commercials. He's talked about as being the face of the league. He's the next rising star of the NBA. He may be on the verge of becoming a superstar. And that's none other than Anthony Edwards. So, he gets knocked out the playoffs. Second time in the conference finals, for the Western Conference Finals. So he's been back-to-back in the conference finals. So people want to know, what's next for Anthony Edwards, or what I believe? Here's the situation with Anthony Edwards. I do think he needs to work on some aspects of his game, mainly his scoring. He needs to become a more all-around scorer. I think his defense is still good. That's probably one of his best attributes. But his playmaking needs to increase and get a little bit better. He needs a true point guard on his team, because he shouldn't have point guard-like responsibilities, because he's not a point guard. He's a shooting guard, right? So his thing should be just being a two-way basketball player, score and play defense. Being a playmaker and doing other aspects of his game is not what he's there for, all right? He should be a two-way player, a.k.a. Kawhi Leonard style, right? You don't have to be a point guard. So with that being said, a post-up game will work. A mid-range game, a little midi, will work. And I think I like to see him finish at the basket a little more better, right? So here's the situation with Anthony Edwards. You're on a team that got 3 free agents. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's cousin on that team. He's a free agent. Naz Reid is a free agent. And Julius Randle is a free agent. Now, the way the NBA salary cap is built, there's a good chance that you're not going to get all 3 of them to re-sign with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, if you're lucky, maybe you can land 2. Now, if you're not really lucky and you only get 1, I guess the only guy that makes the most sense to keep is probably Julius Randle, right? But if you want to save financial money, Julius Randle will be demanding a big contract. And let's face it, Julius Randle is not worth mega bucks. But you know who's worth mega bucks? Kevin Durant. The guy that Anthony Edwards would love to play with. Now, if you get Kevin Durant on Minnesota, he will cover up all of Julius Randle's flaws. That's a superstar. All right? And that would be the one and only superstar on the T-Wolves. And the thing about Kevin Durant, he fits into any basketball system. If you plug him in a Minnesota T-Wolves system, he could make that team a title contender even more overnight. Now, being the number 6 seed, they weren't title contenders. I don't know why you suspect them to win the championship as a number 6 seed, because 6 seeds don't win championships often. But Indiana Pacers may have something to say about that. They may be one of the rare teams that could pull that off, right? But that's neither here or there. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You got a situation where a 23-year-old all-star is going to start to look at himself in the mirror and say, can I build with this team? Can I trust this team long-term to build a championship contending team around me? And the answer to that question, I believe, is no. I don't think the T-Wolves have the personnel, the GM, to build a team around Anthony Edwards. I think his days as being the Minnesota T-Wolf is basically dead man walking, right? So, assuming that he leaves, I would say he would go to a major city, somewhere in LA. He's not going to go to the Clippers. If anything, he'll join the Lakers. So, I can see a future where Anthony Edwards is not on Minnesota. And they better not waste his talent, because he has probably the most upside than any player currently playing basketball right now. And you don't want to waste talent like that. You want it to develop so he can hit his prime and actually become a superstar, because he hasn't hit those strides yet. But when he does hit those strides, we're going to really get to see what Anthony Edwards is made of. Sports out. Peace.